Good evening. You are watching News Mongolian MNB World. I am your host Jugdur Gambold. And for our top stories for today. Female foreign ministers are calling for increasing participation of women in global issues. The President of Mongolia welcomes Ministers of Foreign Affairs from the Republic of South Africa and Indonesia. Cultural festival to take place on July 11 to 12. For other news, stay with us. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia, Batitek, Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Germany, Baerbock, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of France, Colonna, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, Retno Marsudi, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Education and Sports of Liechtenstein, Hassler, Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa, Pandor, attended the press conference. Foreign ministers expressed their gratitude to the government and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia for organizing and welcoming the meeting. Also, ministers answered the questions of journalists about policies and expressed their position.
First of all, I would like to make a few points with regards to today's female foreign ministers meeting, which was held for the first time in Mongolia. We have had a fruitful meeting of like-minded countries pursuing or supporting the feminist foreign policy. We have discussed the pressing issues of today's international relations in 3 sessions. Among them, the role of women in promoting peace and security was a very pertinent topic to today's global environment, with the geopolitical tensions, multifaceted crises, and natural and man-made disasters. The other 2 topics of climate change and food security were the most persistent and most correlated issues among the development goals. We agreed that it was time for us to recommit ourselves to peaceful cooperation, climate actions, and food security measures in the service of the SDGs and all other multilateral agreements. I thank you.
I want to thank Mongolia for taking the very important initiative of convening this female foreign ministers meeting today, an event that we are happy to co-sponsor with Germany. Foreign policies must be at work to promote women's rights. I mean actively promote women's rights and to support the full, equal and meaningful participation of women to political processes and to relentlessly fight against violence against women and girls.
So I'm really glad to sit here in such a diverse group at the first female foreign ministers meeting in Asia. And I would really like to congratulate you, Foreign Minister of Mongolia, for having set up this meeting. It is probably unique in world's time that 6 foreign ministers, female foreign ministers, are sitting together at one press conference. Feminist foreign policy is as diverse as our world is, but feminist foreign policy should be also a given. First and foremost, of course, because women's rights are human rights. And as everybody knows, in every country around the world, this is what is uniting us all over the world. 50% of our population in every country are women. So 50% of the world are women. And 50% of the world, women deserve equal rights.
We, the female foreign ministers, reiterate our commitment to ensure that the interests and the voices of women are well reflected in all global agenda, including in the next SDG summit, the next summit of the future, the climate change issue, food security, peacekeeping mission, and other issues. We also agreed to strengthen support to women agenda, the global women agenda, including financial support. We agreed to gather our collective capacities to give more impacts to women. And we agreed also to take practical cooperation because this is very important, so women will feel the difference. To conclude, We, the female foreign minister, will continue to walk the talk. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, the challenges the world faces today, food insecurity, climate change, displacement and conflict, are interconnected. Their causes and effects are interlaced and felt widely. Women and girls are hit the hardest by these challenges. As female leaders, we have a special responsibility to help achieve gender equality and the SDGs. For that, I want to thank Mongolia for organizing this meeting today. It sends a strong message for gender-responsive leadership and foreign policy.
I believe this is a really inspirational moment, a unique opportunity for women foreign ministers to work together to the good of the majority of humanity who are women. We have discussed very important subjects, climate change and its effects and how we respond. We have powerful countries present with us here that can ensure that commitments made at many conferences are actually acted upon, and that we begin to see the actions promised in multiple conferences of the parties.
The President of Mongolia welcomes Ministers of Foreign Affairs from the Republic of South Africa and Indonesia, taking part in the Female Foreign Ministers meeting on June 29 to 30.
The President of Mongolia, Khurelsukh, received the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of the Republic of South Africa, Naledi Pandor. President Khurelsukh thanked her for attending the Female Foreign Ministers meeting and noted that this visit would significantly contribute to the development of friendly relations between the two countries. He also requested Minister Naledi Pandor to convey his greetings to President Cyril Ramaphosa of the Republic of South Africa. Minister of International Relations and Cooperation Naledi Pandor agreed with President Khurelsukh and conveyed President Cyril Ramaphosa's greetings. During the meeting, views were exchanged on global peace and security, as well as other issues of mutual interest. On the same day, President of Mongolia, Khurelsukh, also received the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Retno Marsudi. President Khurelsukh acknowledged that Mongolia's relations and cooperation with Indonesia are expanding and deepening, and expressed the intention to open an embassy in Jakarta in the near future. He also requested Minister Retno Marsudi to convey his greetings to the President of Republic of Indonesia, Joko Widodo. Minister Retno Marsudi conveyed President Joko Widodo's greetings and extended an invitation for President Khurelsukh to visit Indonesia at his convenience. Emphasizing that Indonesia considers Mongolia to be an important partner, Minister Retno Marsudi highlighted that the opening of the Mongolian embassy in Jakarta would serve as a significant boost towards enhancing relations and cooperation, not only between the two countries, but also among ASEAN member nations. During the meeting, they exchanged views on various topics of mutual interest, including the United Nations, regional affairs, international issues, and others.
The cultural festival is set to take place on July 11th and 12th, followed by the Horse Trainers Festival on July 13th at the Mongolian complex at Huidalang Khodak.
The festival promotes Mongolian heritage and folk art by introducing attendees to the rich history, culture, unique heritage, and artistic creations passed down from the ancestors of the nomadic Mongolians. The ultimate goal is to foster a sense of love and respect for this heritage and culture. In addition to captivating performances showcasing Mongolia's UNESCO-registered intangible cultural heritage, the festival offers visitors immersive experiences in Mongolian traditions. These experiences include visiting the Mongolian one-day cultural camp, which features Mongolian traditions such as root art, Mongolian tea culture, pastry culture, and fermentation culture. Attendees will also have the opportunity to explore the home of Kazakh culture or visit a Tatan home. They can also discover traditional folk toys, makeup, portrait painting, calligraphy, felt art, Mongolian ethnic clothing, and artifacts. Through this diverse range of activities, the cultural festival aims to immerse participants in Mongolia's cultural heritage, fostering a deep appreciation and understanding of the traditions and artistry that define the nation.
Please take a look at the current affairs of Mongolia.
The Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia, Batmuch, and of Germany, Annalena Baerbock, held a productive meeting to discuss various issues pertaining to bilateral cooperation and international relations. The meeting, held on June 30, 2023, aimed to advance the comprehensive partnership between two nations to a strategic level and build upon the agreements made during the official visit of Mongolia's Prime Minister Oyun Losnamsara to Germany in October of last year. One significant topic of discussion was the upcoming 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Germany, which will be celebrated in 2024. In order to commemorate this historic milestone and enhance the level of relations between the two countries, both ministers agreed on the importance of organizing a high-level mutual visit. Such a visit would not only mark the anniversary on a grand scale, but also contribute to intensifying bilateral cooperation. Both sides acknowledged the activation of communication mechanisms between two countries, emphasizing the need to enhance dialogue on increasing trade and investment, implementing large-scale development projects and programs, and fostering economic independence. They also discussed the development of natural resources to improve the livelihoods of citizens and promote value-added joint production. During the meeting, Minister Batsyk and Minister Baerbock expressed their commitment to reaching a clear agreement through effective dialogue on development policy cooperation, which is scheduled to take place in the coming autumn. The German Academic Exchange Service was highlighted as an instrumental organization in providing vocational education to Mongolian students. The ministers confirmed the intensified bilateral dialogue aimed at reviving the joint intergovernmental scholarship program, which will further enhance educational cooperation between the nations. Additionally, Mongolia and Germany have actively collaborated within the framework of the United Nations and other international organizations. Both ministers reiterated their support for common goals aimed at strengthening international peace, security, and sustainable development, including environmental protection, climate change mitigation, and ensuring food security. They expressed their commitment to closely cooperate and support proposals and initiatives in these areas. The meeting between the ministers marks a significant step forward in the bilateral relations between Mongolia and Germany. It demonstrates their shared commitment to deepening cooperation and working together on the global challenges for the benefit of both nations and the international community as a whole. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia, Batmuch, and the Minister of Europe and Foreign Affairs of France, Catherine Colonna, engaged in a bilateral meeting and negotiations that showcased differing perspectives on a challenging exchange of ideas. The meeting took place during the visit of Minister Colonna to Mongolia upon the invitation of Minister Batsyk. One of the significant events during the meeting was the participation of Minister Batsyk as a co-organizer in the meeting of female ministers of foreign affairs. During this meeting, Minister Batsyk expressed her gratitude to Minister Colonna for her visit to Ulaanbaatar and highlighted the historical significance of the interaction. The minister expressed her determination to advance the issues agreed upon the heads of the state of Mongolia and France, aiming to elevate the bilateral relations and cooperation to a strategic level while fostering increased investments in the economy. In response, Minister Colonna conveyed her happiness at making her first visit to Mongolia following the historic visit of the French President Emmanuel Macron to the country. She expressed a particular focus on advancing the shared goals between Mongolia and France. The two ministers engaged in a detailed exchange of opinions on various important issues concerning bilateral relations and international affairs. They reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening cooperation within the framework of the United Nations and other international organizations. While the negotiations were marked by differing perspectives, the parties acknowledged the importance of continued collaboration and the need for constructive dialogue to find common ground. It is expected that the outcome of these negotiations will shape the future trajectory of the relationship between Mongolia and France, influencing areas such as trade, investment, and international collaboration. Both countries will continue to seek avenues for dialogue and cooperation, acknowledging the mutual benefits that can be derived from a strengthened partnership.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll see you next time with more news and updates. Have a nice day.